Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I take great pleasure in bringing to you one of the world's greatest gospel singers and guitar virtuoso, the inimitable Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
In the summer of 1964, in the pouring rain, from a disused railway station outside Manchester, a 49-year-old African-American woman with an electric guitar appeared on British television. Viewers had never seen anything quite like it. With her distinctive style of singing and playing, this remarkable performer would profoundly influence the course of popular music.
Didn't it rain, children? Rain, oh yes. Didn't it? Yes, didn't it? You know it did, didn't it? Oh, yes, how it rained. I said it rained, children. Rain, oh yes. Didn't it? Yes, didn't it? You know it did, didn't it? Oh, my Lord, how it rained.
She had a guitar that was made of steel, and it was loud. And she would just get on this one string and start banging on it, and look, the people would go crazy.
She could play a guitar like nobody else. Nobody.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to Behind the Records tonight. We got something special for you guys tonight.
I think Rosetta was
Yes, indeed.
a hugely important figure.
We definitely gonna do this thing for you guys. So, let's get into it, guys. Alright, first and foremost, guys, I want to say welcome to Behind the Records. This is the Women History, I call it Women Her Story Month celebration, as it is each and every March. Before we get started though, guys, I want to say and send out healing tones. As you know how I do it each and every Thursday night. I send out healing tones for those who hurt, those who need assistance, those that need finances, those that need prayer. I send out healing tone. Thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate you guys being here. Bobby Dash, what up? I see you, Bobby Dash. Joe Paul, what up? I see you. Amir, peace to the gods and the earths. I see you out there. Educated Voice, what up? I see you. T Mills, what up? I see you out there. So we switching really quick, and the reason why we are switching, I gotta send healing tones out. Healing tones out to Tupac Shakur and to the notorious B.I.G. Yesterday was the anniversary of the passing of Notorious B.I.G. I want to send healing tones out to his family, his fans, and to him. So tonight we are remote from Times Square in New York City, at the legendary Recordz Studios. So healing tone for two lost great MCs, rappers, creative minds. I also want to give a happy heavenly birthday to Connecticut's own Steezo. I want to give a happy birthday shout out to Bad Bunny. I want to give a happy birthday shout out to Timbo the King. Timbo, you know, Timberland, my brother from BA, two up, two down. You know how we do. And I also want to give a happy birthday shout out to the great Rick Rubin. It's Rick Rubin's birthday today as well, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But you know why we're here, and the reason why I played that clip earlier, that is the godmother of rock and roll. So I played a little of the audio tonight too in honor of Women History Month, because it's such we have such amazing women that have gave so many contributions to the culture of music, and they're hidden figures and they go unrecognized, or we don't teach the history lessons about our black women in schools, so the kids don't know. I recently discovered this amazingly talented singer, gospel singer, R&B singer, electric guitar player. This sister's name is Rosetta Tharpe. So she is the godmother of rock and roll. So a lot of people say all the time, you know, Elvis Presley was great, but Elvis Presley got his style from her, you know. But look her up. Her name, once again, is Rosetta Tharpe, the godmother of rock and roll. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get started. You know how we do behind the records. Each and every Thursday. Let's go. Who we got out there? Who we got in the building? Who we got in the building? What up? What up? What up? What up to my Norfolk State University people? Miss Viola, what up? I see you. Stretch, I see you. Yes, indeed. Here we go. Why we not playing? Why we not playing? Okay. Pardon the technical difficulties. I see the lady of the hour is in the building. So, you know, we can't keep the ladies waiting. So, here we go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the one and only Sunshine Anderson is in the building.
How are you, Rob? How are you?
Hello, 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 hello.
Can you hear me good?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Wonderful. You know what? I'm going to get on this side because I hate when the words. Can y'all see me? Is that good? Do I need to back up?
Clear. We can see you loud and beautifully clear.
Am I good, Tony?
You're good.
Yes. Okay, I'm good, Rob. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. Welcome to Behind the Records.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, this has been
hello, everyone. I see you guys. My people are coming in, I think.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Zeke Morales, I see you. Jules 2881. I see you. I see you. Hello, Joe Paul. How are you? The pleasure is mine. Come on, NCCU Criminal Justice Queen. You see me, Pastor Best. Yes, yes. D Tuggle 312. Okay. DJ Corrupt, legendary. Okay, thank you. Miss Viola. Okay, Rob. Okay, Rob. We doing it. We here. What's good?
we are here. You know, this has been a long time coming for us to get together and chop it up, because we have a lot of people may not know our connection. A lot of people may not understand the type of spiritual connection and energy that two people can have when they go through something.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited because you're such an amazing person.
Thank you.
You're such of a creative person, and I don't think that you get the bouquets. I don't think that you get all the bouquets that you deserve.
Thank you.
And that was a reason why I wanted to have you on the show, is because I want to give you the flowers. I want to tell you that you matter. I want to tell you that you got black girl magic. I want to tell you that you're forever Wakanda. I want to tell you that you are dynamite. And I know you probably heard this all before, but let me be the one to tell you right now.
It means so much. It really does. It means so much. It means so much. It really does, and especially coming from you. So thank you. It really does.
I wanna, it's Women History Month.
Yes.
Story.
Yes.
And I felt that you don't get. I feel that you have an amazing story that you should share with people that don't know you. They know your music. They love your song, and they don't know who Sunshine Anderson is. Mm-hmm. Because you are very, very private, and
you said what?
You're very private.
I'm very private.
Yes.
I guess to a degree. Yeah. I've been away for a while.
Vocal, we all know that. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about your voice. I want to talk about your opinions. I want to talk about your purpose and what drives you. So I want to go back and start. Like I always, when I watch the video of Heard It All Before, I always wonder what that young 16-year-old Sunshine Anderson that may just be, going through high school and, and boys are looking and, and you're figuring it out. And
yeah,
what was the temperament or the attitude that you had as a teenager that kind of brought you through this course in life?
Well, I was an only child. I am an only child. And so, I just grew up free-spirited, free-spirited. My real name is Sunshine. My real God-given government name on my birth certificate is Sunshine. And so I always tell people, I think that has something to do with how I feel from day to day. You know what I mean? I feel the energy, you know what I mean? And there's just some days that I don't. The 16-year-old me, I always wanted music. I always wanted music. I'm from the South. I was raised in the South. I've been around the world a little bit before we settled in the South. But I always wanted music. I grew up in a household with two parents that sing. My father was more of like, the doo-wop guy on the corner in the group singing. You know what I mean? I always say my daddy should have been in the Whispers. He's an Al Jarreau, Whispers kind of guy. My mother is a singer. She was a first soprano in the choirs. Both my parents went to Salem State University. But I grew up in a house with music. I grew up on Tobacco Road and Lou Rawls and Phyllis Hyman. I grew up, really like that. Denise Williams. So it was happy in my house. It was happy in my house. I was the only child. Now at my age, I know what it means to be spoiled. I was spoiled. Because of that, I was, very naive and just, I was very sheltered. You know what I mean? I was raised in a Muslim household. My father is Islam alone. And so, I grew up very disciplined and My parents had and do have a very tight hold on me still. But yeah, I grew up, you know, in a great environment, happy. You know, I was a happy kid. I really was. Yeah.
That's great. So, what was some of the growing up in the Muslim household, like, and Muslims having a very strict regimen on certain things, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
diet,
Oh yeah.
you know, consumption
Oh
of
yeah.
libations, like certain different things. Like, did you feel different than the other students when
Oh
you were
yeah.
in school?
Yeah.
And especially being in the South,
Of
because
course.
the South is every piggly wiggly everywhere, like everywhere you.
Everybody go to church.
Hmm.
The question is, what church do you go to? That's the question. What you said, different. I didn't understand why we had to be different, right? Everybody was a Christian, and I understand why we had to be different. You know, I grew up. I learned how not to say the word. I learned not to speak Farrakhan's name. I learned how not not to say certain things because I would get attacked at school. You know, oh, you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to hell. You know, yeah, I didn't eat Frosted Flakes, Rob, until I got to college, my first year in college. You know, yeah, I couldn't talk on the phone to boys until I got into the 10th grade. You know, my parents would pick up. That was back in the days. Remember when we first started being able to click over. You know, and my mom, you know, my mother would be on the other phone and they're listening, just like Lauren Hill said. You know, and she just would. Now Sunshine can't talk on the phone after 9 o'clock. And then I get to school the next day and everybody be laughing like, you can't talk on the phone after 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like so. Yeah, my father would vacuum the floor every day, even over the vacuum marks from the day before, so that, and he worked third shift, so that if somebody had been in the house, then he knew when he came home because it was footprints all over the carpet. So he could say, who's been here, you know. My mother was, you know, one of, you know, she had to toe the line between, you know, the world in the 80s, you know, and a Muslim household, you know what I mean? And just, you know, I could do certain things, but I couldn't, you know what I mean? But it was still all good, you know, it was all good. But no, and just to give a little bit more. So I was raised, you know, in Islam, but I went to Catholic school at about 4th grade. The Muslim school was too expensive. My daddy was complaining about how the windows was broke. He wasn't gonna pay the kind of money for the windows was broke out of the school, you know. So he pulled me out and put me in a Catholic school. I never had to say the Pledge of Allegiance growing up in school. I never had to say the Hail Marys. I didn't have to go to mass. My daddy went in there and told every school, this is not a flag. This is, you know, this. So I grew up very, you know, when it was time for mass on Fridays, they found something else for me to do. So yeah, but life was still good though, you know, life was still good.
So, did you feel like you escaped, like you were privileged in a sense that I don't have to say pledge allegiance and I don't have to go to mass and all of that because that
No,
just don't
no,
believe in it.
no. I didn't understand. You're born into what you're born into, Rob. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a Christian, you was born into Christianity. Didn't nobody tell you, well, this is why we're Christian. You know what I mean? You just went to church on Sunday. You adopted certain things, and you went on. So I grew up with. I remember when the wars would be going on, you know, in the Middle East, and my father would be in front of the TV praising Allahu Akbar, you know, and I didn't understand. People were dying, and I didn't understand what was to celebrate, you know, about that. And so I grew up just very conflicted and angry. Sometimes I got Christianity from my grandmother, of course, my maternal grandmother, of course. You was not coming to my grandmama's house and not go to Sunday school, like. you're going to Sunday school and you're going to go back in that little room and sit with them little people and answer them questions in that Sunday school book. You know, I would spend the night with my girlfriend, Misha, and go to church with her on Sundays. I was singing in the gospel choir on Sundays, singing the church down. And finally, one day, the preacher wanted to know, well, who is this little girl and where's her parents at? And, you know, my girlfriend's mama tried to talk to my mama and get me to, you know, to join the church, and I don't even know the conversation. I just knew I never spent the night at Misha's house no more, and I never went to church with her no more. We was always friends, but you know, my daddy would, you know, he did things very quickly. Yeah, my daddy is and my father's a militant man. He was in the Air Force. You know, he is the king of the house, the king of the jungle. Yes, sir. He is a man's man. He is my example. He is my teacher.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you've had your share of different. You got to see both sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was there one particular side that you felt more comfortable, or you just had an understanding later on that, you know what, that there is one God, and you know what I'm saying, and you know, we just say differently, like how?
So I was just telling my father the other day, you know, that that is the privilege, because when you are raised differently, then you do get to see a few different sides. And so I remember my mother said to me, you know, don't tell your father because he probably would just kill me. But she said, do what works for you, sunshine. Figure out what works for you. It might be Buddha. It might be, you know what I mean? Figure out who your God is. And so as I got, because I would be torn, you know. Well, ain't we supposed to do this, or you know, theirs is a little bit like ours. You know what I mean? Like, you know, gospel music. I'm a musician. Gospel music. Are you serious? There's no rules in gospel music. It ain't no rules. You know what I mean? It's just the layers of the choir and the altos and are you serious? Like, that's just, you know, you got to be drawn to that. You know, if you're a musician, you know, in my head. But my mother said, you know, find what works for you. And so as I got older, I did, you know, let me listen to this. And when I really, I dated a guy for about 4 years in the music industry, who was a very devout Christian, and a Mason, God rest his soul, CeeLo the Great. And CeeLo, because I was in this relationship, I wanted to know, you know, what is this about? And this big Bible, you know, sitting on the living room and you know, like, and I really took the time. I went and bought one of those Bibles that gives you all the words on the other side, so you can, in layman's terms, understand what's going on over here. And you know, I would, you know, just kind of read. And Jamal H. Bryant is a good friend of Corey's. Was a good friend of Corey's, and I would watch Empowerment Temple with him, you know, on some Sunday mornings on the, you know, you could watch church on the internet. Like, I never seen that before. So, you know, I would, you know, but my mother said to me one time, you know, because my mother was with my mother has damn near only been with my father all her life. My parents are in their 70s now. They've been married for the 47, almost 48 years that I've been alive. Yes, Jesus is happening fast. And so my mother adopted Islam, you know, because of my father. My father converted to Islam at 17 years old, him and his twin brother. And, you know, it's, I forgot where we were going, but.
But you know what? The reason why I asked you that, because right before you came on, I played a clip. Right? And this is how powerful Black girl magic is. This is how powerful you queens are. There's a young lady, well, she's passed on by now, of course, by the name of Sister Rosetta Tharpe. Rosetta Tharpe was the first African-American female to play the electric guitar.
I heard you say that.
She played it in Munich. She played it at, Elvis Presley watched her and got his licks from her. You guys can go, you know, it's on YouTube. The whole documentary is on YouTube.
Rosetta Tharpe.
It's about maybe an hour long. It is fascinating. the way this lady would play the guitar.
Yeah.
But she was also in the church. She was a devout Christian in the church that did secular music and gospel music way back in the days. So people were having this, oh my God, you're doing the devil's music, you're doing secular music, and then we know you from gospel music.
Right.
But just like you said, she was a musician.
Yeah.
She had to express herself creatively.
Yeah.
In every possible way that she can.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes God works and uses us as a vessel all the time, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I told a pastor this one time when he said he was going to start a church. He was like, man, you good with marketing, man. How do I, build my congregation? And I said, are you ready for the answer? He's like, yeah. I said, go to the club. Go to the club with your Bible, go by the bar, get you a 7-Up, and start talking to everybody that's got the Spirit, and just, give them the word. He's like, yo, you right. I'm going to do that. And he later on built the congregation because at some point, if people were drinking away their pain, they still had the pain. And they was trying to find solutions to heal that pain. So he had words of comfort, and you never know what words are going to strike and start the process.
Exactly.
And
inspiration is inspiration.
Inspiration is inspiration. So speaking of inspiration, what was your inspiration, and what inspired you to make a record that is completely timeless? I do not care when you play this record, how you play this record. There's been so many house remixes. Steve Aoki remixed the record. It's been a global timeless success. Now, I'm going to make this statement, and for you guys that are watching this is also true, right? So sometimes when you have a record and then one record performs better than all the rest of the records that you have, people try to put a label on you of a one-hit wonder, all right? That is crap. I'm here to disband that notion right now. Because there are artists that have catalog music. They have 10 albums, and they don't have a record that can stand the test of time. What was the inspiration for you to do Heard It All Before, the timeless classic that we all know and love?
Listen, I'm not the girl that, sits around and let me say this, let me clarify. I've never had the glory, of being able to sit down and decide, ooh, we're going to talk about this, and this is the way that I feel. And there was no inspiration behind Heard It All Before. I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't understand. I had quit my job in DC, working for the government, flew to California, and was there, and we were playing songs, and neither one of us knew. Mike knew what he was doing. Mike City knew what he was doing, but that day it was just he and I and another girl, that we had no clue, Rob, what we were doing. The beat felt good. What people don't know is Heard It All Before is from Just Like Candy. Even when you talk, just like candy. So when the beat was playing, you know what I mean, and I kept saying, you know, I can't think of the little hook right there in that record because if it was playing, then I could hear it. But I was singing the words from Just Like Candy over the beat. Oh, I had to shut you down, and it just worked. You know what I mean? It just worked. And I remember me and Mike City were writing the lyrics, you know, and when it came to the part where, you know, you must have failed. I said, I looked at him and I said, you must have failed and bumped your head. And he was like, we gonna say that for real? And I was like, hell yeah. He wrote that shit down. Like, the part where it says, got me about to call my peeps and take it to the streets. It said, got me about to pull my piece and take it to the street. And the label was like, oh no, you can't promote gun violence. You know, like, it was just really organic. You know what I mean? And people have asked me over the years, well, were you writing it about a guy or was it somebody specific in mind? You know, it's been some boyfriends in the past that would like to flatter themselves. No, honey. Now there was one that I walked in on, in the commission of, but the song was not written about him. You know what I mean? It was a conglomerate of really, you know, and I do know the difference between niggas and kings, but this was really about how niggas just will say anything and give any excuse, and really, like, I don't think there's one thing that I have not heard before, and you know, I'm saying that, but I get surprised every day, you know. The most authentic one had to be, I was at the beach one time years and years ago, the bike fest in Myrtle Beach, and this dude walked by, and he looked me dead in my eye, and he was like, when I'm gonna see you again? And I was like, oh my God, now. You know what I mean? Like, but I have heard it, and men, Rob, at my age, at your age, men have heard it all before. Have y'all not?
You know what? That's a great question, and I'm glad that you asked that question. You know,
Come on, Rob.
I've heard a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, I'm so unaware, right? Just courtesy, or you just complimenting, but you really want to, you know what I mean?
But with men, it's much more aggressive.
Well, the guys are always going to start, right? And, you know, there's been occasions where a female kind of took the lead, and I was kind of surprised by that.
Yeah.
And so many 50 million questions to ask on how did she get to that space and why? What was it, my cologne? Was it my haircut? Was it my eyes? Like, you know, what was it about me that pushed you past that, oh, I'm a lady and I can't approach a guy point?
I did that, and we got married.
Oh, see, that's the case where it works. Congratulations.
Yeah. We might, no, don't congratulate me at all. My divorce will be final on Monday.
Well, congratulations.
You got the right one, Rob. You got the right one today. Yes, the 14th, honey. We're going to celebrate. Girls, we're celebrating. Okay.
So, you got a freakum dress?
Yeah, I got a few of them. We need to get back to the trainer, though. We need to get back in them. The pandemic done took a toll on us. Ain't that right, cousin? Kalila cousin, my cousin is on the line. Yes. We got to get back in the freakum dresses, ladies, okay? Come on, Dominican mommy.
If you got a freakum dress, please put the female dance emoji in the comments, please.
Y'all, where y'all freakum dresses at? Don't play. Do not play right now. Because, look, I seen somebody go, what was it, Avant asked somebody today, when women turn 40, do they need to stop dressing sexy? Y'all better put them freaking dresses up there. Yeah, see? There they go. Miss Mabel Smith, I see you, Miss Mabel. Lord, I'm locking shit over. I see you, Miss Mabel. Hi, Valencia. Valencia V baby promo. Oh, and all my family is here. Jamaica. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm paying attention, Rob.
You know, I love it. I love it. You know, it's that energy. It's that great spirit. You know, like this is the real Sunshine Anderson.
Yeah.
That you might not have met yet. But I do want to say something, and I say this all the time. The sun is always shining. Even when there's clouds, the sun is shining.
We talked about this. I had to get here, though, Rob. I had to get here, okay? You know, now I've always been this. You understand? I've always been, the spirit has always been there. But, you know, there were some dark times for my name to be Sunshine.
Let's talk about the shady times. Let's get that.
So Heard It All Before comes out. Let me remind people, the 50 of y'all that's on here right now, go back and tell your friends and tag everybody and tell them to get on here because Sunshine is about to tell it. The album came out in 2001, okay? And Rob, I'm going to lead into our story, okay? The album came out April of 2001, April 17th to be exact. But the song had dropped Thanksgiving, December of 2000, okay? So we were late, you understand? The album didn't come out just 5-6 months after the single, okay? But we wrote it, okay? We weren't ready. We had no idea that it was going to take off the way it was. We had to get in behind the record. The album comes out April 17th, okay? I immediately go onto the R. Kelly TP2 tour, Get Your Life. You think you know, you don't have a clue. I go on the TP2 tour. Selena Johnson opens up for me. I open up 30 minutes for R. Kelly. By August, April, May, June, July, August, I'm coming off of the tour, okay? And we're still riding Heard It All Before, okay? But it's time for the second single. We've 106th and parked it. We've, you know, we've been to Germany and abroad and back. Like, it is organized chaos. Like, we are really just, I mean, like, when you hot and you got, and you everywhere, you number one in the country for 5 weeks, like, you just flying back and forth just everywhere, okay? By August, I come off of the tour with R. Kelly. Aaliyah passes away August the 25th. My makeup artist is on the plane. My makeup artist is scheduled to do my makeup 2 days later and 3 days after that for Showtime at the Apollo, and the VH1 awards were coming or something like that. You know, it's really the whole, you know, when Aaliyah passes away, it's you know, Rob, it was quiet. Like, I never seen nothing like it. Like, it was just quiet. I was scared to fly. 3 weeks later, literally is 9/11. Okay? 9/11, I am in New York City recording the Lunch or Dinner remix with Nas. Okay? I've been in the studio with Nas for 3 days recording the Lunch or Dinner remix. We've been there long enough. It's time to go back home. I'm ready to go back home. My fiance at the time wants to stay, get the record done. Listen, let him do his verse. Send it to us when we get back home. Let's go home. We get on a flight. This is where your story and our stories collide. I sit down on the plane, and then Rob Love comes onto the plane. I don't know you, but I know your face. And we got two ways and stuff then. We all trying to figure out the tall guy, you know. And so we figure out who you are, Rob Love from Def Jam. Okay? And, you know, we have no idea when we see each other that day. The plane lands. We take the last flight out, me and Rob Love, take the last flight out September the 10th, 2001, from JFK to LAX. We land Me and my fiance and some friends and Macy Gray, who was my manager at the time. You think you know what you don't know? Macy Gray, who was my manager at the time, we all go to a party. We out till about crack of dawn, 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? We partying hard, long story short. We get home, the phone starts ringing. My background singers and some people we left in New York are still there. And the planes have hit the towers. And I remember thinking, damn, we made it. And I always remembered you. I always remembered you from that flight because Aaliyah had just passed, and there was makeup artists back then. Those were the days of glam squads. You understand? When you had a team and that team traveled with you everywhere. You know what I mean? And there were people that were part of the glam squad that day that weren't always in Aaliyah's squad. There was a guy that should have been on the plane that wasn't on the plane. As you know, Fatima survived because she did not get on the plane. You know, it was wild, you know, and I remember exactly where I was. And you know, so back to the story, Rob. What happened was the album came out in the worst year, you know, that we knew in my history. The album came out that year. From April, by August, I was back home again. It lasted 4 months. In 4 months, 6 to 4 months, did I Vibe magazine, the most nominated Lady of Soul Train artist, the Source Awards presenter, the every say it. I was on every scene. I know they still know me. All my peers, Music Soul Child, Jaheim, Angie Stone. I'm talking about people that I came in with, Ray J. You know, just you know. But it was over, and I was back at home. After 9/11, we stayed in LA for a little while. My daddy called me, being a Muslim, and said, "You need to come home. You too far away. I can't put my hands on you. You need to come home now." We got in a car, packed all of our stuff, and we drove from LA to Charlotte. Took us 3 days. We stayed for a couple of months, drove back to, you know, when it was safe enough, we felt, drove back and had a friend follow us, and then we still drove back in his car. You know, it was crazy, but I was still Sunshine Anderson, Rob. I still got a #1 song that's played on the radio. So it's money on the table over here. We got on the road. We got back to Charlotte, put our game plan together, got on the road, and went to work, driving everywhere that we could drive. Because we, you know, nobody was flying, the world was shut down, but we still had to get our money. So the album came out at the worst time, Rob, I believe. After all of it, after everything transpires and the world is trying to get organized again, the labels come back to the table. The labels come back to the table and they've merged now. Kind of like what we're seeing happen right now. You know, everybody is consolidating. You know, how can we save money over here? The labels merge, Warner, Elektra, and Arista, and now Sunshine Anderson, Tamia, Brandy, Missy Elliott, Little Kim, Trina, and I'm missing one other, are all on the same label at the same time. And I'm the lowest man on the totem pole, and they all have clauses that say you got 1 year to put my album out. So they come to me, Atlantic Records, and says, yeah, not Arista, Atlantic. Atlantic Records comes to me and says, we're going to put you on the shelf basically for a little while, and while we do this over here. We were coming off the success of Heard It All Before. This shit is still playing on the radio. We can't wait. We don't need to wait. Give us our album back, because we had been recording the new album. Give us our album back. They gave us our album back. We signed the papers and we left Atlantic, knowing that there was going to be another label waving the red flag for Sunshine and what we had just done. And we went straight to Def Jam. We went everywhere. And it wasn't that it wasn't possible. They loved it. It just, the timing was wrong. The timing was wrong. Before I knew it, I was back at home in Charlotte, North Carolina, after experiencing the whole world. Like, is this really what we doing? I ain't want nobody to even know I was home. I didn't come outside for months. And when I did, it was just to go to the strip club or hang out with my friends. Or when people would see me, when I would run into people at Target and Walmart, and they'd be like, oh, girl, what you doing? And I'd be like, oh, girl, I just came to visit. You know, I'm not here for long. And, you know, yeah, I kept up this facade for a long time. Like, and then it set in that, no, it's really over. No more Vibe magazine, no more photo shoot, no more, like, no. And then everything just started to go down from there. Down. Spiraling out of control. You know, I like to say drinking and drugging and thugging and everywhere I wasn't supposed to be and with everybody I wasn't supposed to be with. And yeah, there was a lot going on. But it was devastating. It was completely devastating.
I'm quite sure that people don't know. Like, when people see artists or celebrities, they just see them for what they scored last week. They see them for the record that is in their playlist. They don't realize often that that person is a real person. Like,
Yeah.
I'm saying, with the same issues we all face as humans, you know, they have to find empathy. They have to find spirituality. They have to find compassion and companionship.
Yeah.
They're regular people. And sometimes the hardest thing to do is to have mega success and then things slow down for you, but you don't want people to, you want to keep up the image of the fast pace, the fast life. The next record is coming, is going to be even bigger than the first one. How, and that could also lead to a mental health condition.
I did an interview one time with Candy for one of the Candy do so much. Whatever she was doing a lot. I don't know if whatever it was that Candy was doing, she was interviewing. She wanted to interview me, and I remember telling her, you know, I remember telling my mama that I need to talk to somebody because I'm gonna hurt myself or I'm gonna hurt somebody. All the emotions that you go through, because at first, like I said, it's devastating because you're like, no, somebody gonna call me. No, it ain't over yet. No, it's gonna happen. We're gonna do something. You know what I mean? And then you move from devastation to hiding. You know what I mean? Like hiding. Like, I remember hanging black sheets up because they was black. The world was outside. It's too bright out there. I remember hanging black sheets up so that I wouldn't really know, you know what I mean, what was going on out there. I remember not even washing my ass for days, 3 and 4 days in the bed, ordering Domino's pizza, only opening the door for the Domino's pizza man. Like, because you can't go back now. I had a whole job, my nigga. I left the government job. My mama and daddy was mad with me. My mama and daddy paid for college. Ain't nobody give me no. My mama and daddy paid for college. I done quit this good government job and ran to California on a whim. My daddy ain't even fucking with me for the first 3-4 months of this thing. You understand? Like, I done when I quit this job, I ain't even go. This was my first job out of college, Rob. This was the job I've been waiting for. You understand? You know, and I went in there on Monday and told them Friday my last day. I ain't even give the government 2 weeks notice. Like, no, I got a record. No, Rob, I willed this. I need you to understand. I knew it was going to happen. I knew I was going to be a star. I wasn't going to be nothing else. I would stand with the solid gold and what was that, Crystal Gale? You remember Crystal Gale, the country singer Crystal Gale, that had that hair that was down to her ankles? I mean, literally down to her ankles. I used to be singing on that front porch with that brush, literally with a towel on my head. long as Crystal Gale. You understand? I was going to do this. I remember saying, they got Michael Jackson when he was 5, bro. They coming, but they better hurry up because I'm 13 now. Like, no, I went on with this in my mind. I didn't know. By the time I graduated from college and was working for the government, I was 26 years old, and that's when I said, standing out there in front of that, looking at that copy machine on 12th and H, Northwest DC, looking out of the window at all them people shopping at Macy's, walking by, and I thought, damn, like, they really not coming. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, it's and by that time I had met Mike City. I had met some guys that I was really working with that really knew the business, but every time they would call me, it would never pan out. It would never pan out. Let's go all the way back. Horace Brown is the first person to put me in the studio. I met Horace when I was 17 years old in high school. Horace got signed and went to New York with Andre Harrell, and I went to college. So I've been working with some people, you know what I mean, over the years, you know what I mean, but nothing ever pans out. They're calling me now at this government job that I've been at a whole year, and I'm trying to climb up the ranks, and saying, no, Shine, it's for real. No, we in LA. No, it's serious this time. Like, we got a deal. We ready, Shine. We got everything laid out. We just come on. I had to decide in a week what I'm gonna do. Like, my mom and daddy, they not go. I didn't even tell my mama. I didn't tell my mama. I ain't tell my friends. I ain't tell nobody. I went in there on Monday and told that lady Friday is my last day. I packed out my shit up in one of them pods. I called my mama on Friday, the last day, and said, I got me a record deal. I'm going to California. Expect me in Charlotte tomorrow. I'm coming to drop my car off. And I went to LA. That's it. I've been waiting all my life for these people to call me. What you mean? I kept saying, Sunshine, if you don't go, you are gonna hate yourself. You're gonna always be wondering what if you don't go. And then I kept saying, this the government. You got a college degree. They said go to college, get your backup plan. Okay, I got that. This is the government. The government is not going to pick up and move out of DC. You can come back here. All my family is in Maryland. All my family is in DC. Your mom and daddy get over it. And I called my mama when I got home. We didn't have cell phones and all that back then. And she said, well, I see you made up your mind. I left her a message on her job. I'm expecting me home. I'm coming home tomorrow. I got a record deal. I'm going to California. I got home. I called. She said, well, I see you made up your mind, because I must have been throwing hints all week. I got to go. I got to go. So that when it does not happen the way that you dream it, the way that you dream, everybody got a dream. It's a vision. What do you mean? I'm going to be, first of all, I was going to be Dionne Warwick. I was going to be Dionne Warwick. I was going to be Marilyn McCool on Solid Gold. When Whitney Houston came along, I was going to be Whitney Houston. My whole wall I had just pictures, a collage I had built with just pictures of her face and her everywhere. I grew up in a Muslim household. I didn't have no TV in my room. I had a radio. I grew up with Right On magazine and a radio. And I'm going to be a star. Me and Heavy D was going to get married. What do you mean? You crazy. No, I willed this. This was going to happen. So for it to happen, and I see it all, yes, when I say devastated, when I say popping ecstasy pills every night, and up in 112, and what? Yeah, I was gone. I didn't care. That certain new artists started to come out on the radio, and I was like, do they like her? Are they serious? Oh, I was mad at the audience. I was mad at the fans. Oh, I've been angry for a long time. Yeah, so I had to fight to get to who you see right now. Okay.
So what was the tipping point for you to bring you out of that dark place? What was it that you realized, or what happened to turn you around?
So they was calling me for not Love and Hip Hop. They was calling me for R&B Divas. Nikki Gilbert called me before the first show aired. And I had just moved back to Charlotte. So let's back up. Let's back up. So after Heard It All Before, you know, what am I doing? I moved to Atlanta because I can't, you know, I gotta, the first turning point is you cannot be, I knew I wasn't in the right environment. Do you understand? I knew I wasn't with the right people. So, and I knew that I can't keep taking these pills and like, you got, everybody around me was hurting. I was trauma bonding, you understand, with the people around me. I felt like I needed them. And in that time did I trauma bond with my husband, okay? My husband is a ex-NFL player, was in the league for 9 years. I was probably with him the last 4 or 5 of the 9 years. He saved me. He showed up in the nick of time, right when the money ran out, and I didn't know, I couldn't pay my rent, and I had to move in with my girlfriend, and he saved me. He was playing for Seattle at the time. Called the concierge, moved all my stuff to Seattle, and football afforded me a lifestyle that music did not. But I was a star. I was supposed to be with a football player. I was supposed to be with somebody, you understand, that was, that was my caliber of people that understood, entertainment in the industry, right? And so, I went on to, I was a housewife now. Now I'm, I put out another album, 2007. I put out my next album. So 6 years passed between the first album and the second album. I'm going. You know what I mean? I hook up with Matthew Knowles, Music World. I'm gearing to be rich. I'm the flagship artist at Music World, the first artist on the label. The young ladies, Destiny's Child, are signed to Columbia, Sony. I am the first artist on Music World. This man is walking me around the east and west wing of their home, him and Miss Tina. I'm going to be rich. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this right. Matthew knows the same. He the same today. Here we go. My first independent deal. It all goes to shit. This man writes me checks for the most money that I've ever had in my life. And then he disappears into his own turmoil and issues that the world knows about now. I got caught up in that whirlwind, and it didn't happen again. And I ended up back at home, broke and sad. Again, every time I do this music shit, I end up somewhere fucked up back at the house. I'm living in Atlanta. A few years later, 2010, after 2007 album, the second album was 2007. My very best album was the second album. Dr. Dre is on that album. Layla Hathaway is singing background on every album that I have. Walter Millsap is on that album. Warren Campbell and Mary on that album. Everybody's on the second album. The second album is my best work. I wrote on 6 songs on that album. Tara Stinson is on that album. It was the first time that I stepped away from Mike City. Raphael Sadiq is on the album. My best work. Okay, my best work. 3 years later, I do another album with Verve Music Group. Verve is a jazz label. They have Lettucey, and they're pushing Lettucey at this time. They put out a slow song, the whole album bricks. Slow song, the first single. My fans know me from Heard It All Before. We gonna party, but now they put out this slow record. You ain't got a lot to kick it. The whole album bricks. I'm back at the crib, sad and angry again. I ain't doing this shit. What's up, cuz? Chocolate Scorpio. Yeah, I ain't doing this shit no more. I'm not doing this no more. Years go by, right? Years go by. Now it's been 11 years since you guys have gotten music from me, right? I'm in relationships because I'm not doing this no more. I've been to hair school and got my license. I'm going to do other things. I'm just not doing this. Fast forward, who brought me out and who got me? How did I get to who you see today? Corey Taylor. You know Corey Taylor, Rob?
Yes.
Corey Taylor.
Yes.
John Murray. You know John Murray?
Yes. Corey Taylor, for you guys that don't know, was he was managing SWV at one point in time. You guys have seen him on the reality show.
Yes.
And for some reason, I think he's from Virginia.
He's from Virginia. He is from Virginia. Corey Taylor VA is his handle. Shout out to Corey. Corey just celebrated a birthday. I'll be forever indebted to Corey.
Absolutely.
Who pulled me out? I was having some issues with management. John Murray called. I reached out to John Murray because I knew him, or John Murray reached out to me because he knew a friend, Corey Taylor, who was looking to manage some new talent. I called Corey Taylor crying at 6 o'clock. Listen, I'm an emotional wreck. Do you understand? I am the biggest victim. You know, this happened to me. Rob, when I tell you I did everything right, I did everything I was supposed to do. I went to college. I did what my mama and daddy said. I got my degree. I got me a good job. I got my backup plan. I did everything I was supposed to do. In love, in marriage, I did everything I was supposed to do. You know, I ain't saying I'm perfect, you know, but I did I followed what they said do. You understand? Do this and you'll be successful and you'll be all right and you'll be loved and everything will be great. I did everything I was supposed to do. What was I saying, Tony? What was I saying, Rob?
So after you did all of that, you know, you was doing music.
I called John Murray because I'm having some management issues.
Right.
John Murray introduces me to Corey Taylor. I'm scared to call Corey. One night on a whim, I called Corey. One morning, 6 a.m., I'm a mess. Leave him a message, a hot message. You know, in tears at the moment. You know, a closed mouth don't get fed. I need help. Please call me. Corey called me. I was a mess, you know. By this time, I had interviewed with R&B Divas twice. They done paid me cold cash money to hold me exclusive. They're going on with. They're now on the California series. Okay, what do you call it? Okay, and they're still calling me, holding me exclusive. Okay, and so. But I never get it. They always pick somebody else. Corey Taylor calls me and he says, he's unbiased. He doesn't know me from Adam. There's no reason for him not to keep it 100 with me. And he breaks me all the way down. And he tells me what they're saying about me. And he tells me what the chatter is. You know, you come across real dark, he says. You know, you always crying. You know, like the woe is me story, like, yo, you're not the only one. And then he started laying out for me. Do you know what the Patti LaBelle's went through? Do you know what the Aretha Franklins went through? Do you know what he just broke me all the way down. Do you understand? And he was the mirror that let me see what I look like to other people. My name's Sunshine. I will forever be indebted to Corey because there were so many people, Rob. There were so many people that were around me at that time that could have kept it real with me and could have told me. There were so many people that just could have pulled my coattail and said, Shine, get it together. I was begging for an opportunity. Do you understand? When I came to the music industry, I was coming from corporate America, Rob. I was coming from corporate America. I never looked at music like I was in control, that I was the creative. I looked at music like you do what them people tell you to do, Shine. You be on time, you show up. I was never late. I didn't miss no flights. I did what those people told me to do. Because if I didn't, then they gonna drop you, Shine. You gotta do this the right way. I was by myself, do you understand?
Take your time.
Are you still there?
Yeah. We did.
Did it come back? Can you see
Yeah.
me? You can't see me. I can't see me. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay. What was I saying? Ooh. I did everything that they told me to do, and somebody just could have pulled my coattail and told me, don't do this and don't say that, and you know what I mean? And but nobody ever did. And now here's this man that's keeping it 100 with me, and I had to change the narrative on my life. I did not like to know that people were talking about me negatively behind my back. I had to learn that perception is everything, right? Perception is everything. I hated that. I don't give a fuck about perception. I live this shit every day. I don't give a damn what they think, But no, you in this business, you gotta care a little bit about what they think, just a little bit, And so, I'm sorry. After Corey Taylor said what he said, and I knew what I was up against, I never had to be a hustler. My mom and daddy did everything for me. My NFL husband took care of everything. I never had to, I ain't never had to hustle. I didn't know how to hustle. I met Mike Lighty, Chris Lighty's younger brother, Violator. And Mike said, Sunshine, it's $1 million still out there for you. And I was like, come on, let's go. He was like, just, can I have your schedule? Like, can I have your schedule? Like, I ain't got shit else to do. Anybody, I ain't doing nothing. Yeah. So right now, I'm 7 years with Mike. I'm just trying to fix this. I got somebody helping me. I've been on the road now for the last 7 years with Mike Lighty. I got a 14-year-old daughter who's watching. Do you understand? I'm a Muslim. I'm a goddess. Like, my name is Sunshine for a reason. I had to fight. I had to fight like I never fought before. That word relevant, Black folks like to use that word relevant, you know what I mean? And I was so, okay, great. I was so, I had just been off the scene for so long. Nobody knew where I was. And, a lot of people still don't, like you said. I just decided, Rob, that Sunshine, my daddy said one day, and he had said this a long time. He's been saying this: if the motherfucking ship go down, you gonna sink with it, or are you gonna fight? I'm not gonna kill myself. I can't just go down with the ship. I got to do everything in my power to fight. I feel like if I stop fighting, I'll die.
Right. If there was one thing that you want people that are watching, right? Yeah, I can see you. I can see you. If there was one thing that you want people, hold on.
It won't stay lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a second, it's gonna go dark again. Turn off the power.
If there was one thing that you want people,
what's up, Young Cash?
to know about you that they don't know, what would that be?
If there was one thing that say it again, if there was one thing that the people don't know about me, what would
it be? One thing that you would want to tell people about you, what would that be?
I just think, I think that there is this, the song is one of the biggest women's anthems, and I think that, especially men, the men that I meet in at the shows or whatever, with their girls, to come to see them perform. Or when I meet people in the street, they say, yeah, you had me in the doghouse. You know what I mean? It's always this, I I think that, you know, there's this misconception that I'm just this feisty, loudmouth bitch. I always run her mouth. She always got something to say. Here she go. You know what I mean? Here she go. When actually, I am one of the most loving people. You know, I think. I don't know what we need to do to make it stay light, but I'm just one of the most loving people. Um, I am one of the most approachable people. I get that a lot too. Oh, I didn't think I was gonna be able to come talk to you. Oh, I didn't think he was gonna be so nice. Like, I think because of, you know, all that I have been through, I'm definitely the underdog. I feel, you know, for the underdogs. I know what it's like to be put on the back burner. So I'm gonna always outstretch my hands and try to help. And I'm just one of the most loving people. And I'm, contrary to what the song says and what the whole thing behind it, you know, it wasn't just, I done heard it all before. It was, fellas, get your shit together. You know, I love you to death. Get your stuff together. I just want you to get it together. That's all. But it's been used in so many, you know what I mean, over these 20 years in so many ways that it's like, So I just think that might be, you know, one thing that I want people to know is that I'm the home girl. I'm the home
Well,
girl.
you graduated with a bachelor's in criminal justice.
Yes.
So you've trained yourself professionally to fight injustice,
Okay. I
right?
like this. Yes,
And
definitely.
and you know, heard it all before was just the rebuttal or the open argument for the case in which the boyfriend on the record didn't have an argument. He didn't have a rebuttal to
Right.
your opening position.
Right.
So I feel, and this is my opinion, because I feel your energy, and I've known you for these years, and I know that you're a fighter. I don't think that you're done with music. I think that you have probably the best song yet to come.
I never got to make the. I never got to. I'm good, Tony. I never got to make the album that I wanted to make. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how when artists get to tell the story behind the record, you know, when they in interviews and they be like, oh, you know, I just saw Usher the other night on Jimmy Kimmel talking about, oh, you know, we did this. I don't have that story. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't have that story. You know, I wasn't in the studio with Dr. Dre. You know, I've never met Layla Hathaway. You know, I've never met Warren Campbell. All them people I named for you, I've only met Raphael Sadiq. You know, I never got to make the album that I wanted to make. I never got to do the choreography and, you know what I mean? And I never got to do what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? Even if I don't even know exactly what that is, I never got to do it. You know?
One word answer to that, or question to that, is why? Why haven't you got the opportunity to do that?
Why? Because I quit. I got scared and I quit. When it didn't happen after those, you know, 6 years drinking, drugging, and thugging, and you know what I mean? I quit, and I should have never quit. I should have never quit. I should have never quit doing music, producing music, going in the studio. I was scared. I didn't know who to trust. I felt like I couldn't trust anyone. You know, niggas got money and songs never got finished. Everybody was always taking from me. You know what I mean? Everybody's always taking from me. I'm always getting robbed. So let me stay away from y'all because I don't really fuck with y'all like that anyway. And yeah, so I've never given myself the opportunity. And quite frankly, I've gotten comfortable because I learned how to hustle. See, I learned how to hustle. I learned that I could sing this one record for the rest of my motherfucking life. And I don't have to let none of y'all handle me no more. I won't never sign another deal with y'all and let y'all talk all that big shit in them meetings, and I don't know what words y'all talk about, and then I recoup that shit later on. Because I was in bankruptcy court. The album came out 2001, April. By August, I was back at the crib. By February 2002, I was in bankruptcy court back in LA. Yeah, you don't know. Y'all don't know nothing. Come on, G.
So talk about that LA experience, because it seems like you went out there with the Hollywood dream.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't fulfilled, right? Mm-hmm. So and I'm a guy, and a lot of my fellas will probably hate me for what I'm about to say. We soup it up sometimes. We put 10 on the tube. You know what I'm saying? We selling gas at $7 a gallon right now.
Right.
It's true. And it's selfish. It's mean. There's a beautiful thing called karma. It comes back around. But if you look at it, sometimes you got to look at the glass half full instead of the glass half empty. How many of those people can say that they have a timeless record? There's people that are, example, Steve Aoki, just recently dropped a house version, heard it all before, with a different twist on it. And so, because you are part of the writing process, right? And let's just act the business side really quick. Because you were part of the writing side, you get publishing from that forever. That's that mailbox money, right? So what is it about, all right, so if you had a chance to do it all over again, how would you do it differently as it relates to writing, composing, producing your music?
I would pick who I want to work with, and the one thing that I do remember, because it's been so long, since those days of just really being in the studio, was that I let the track tell the story. The track tells me what I'm gonna talk about. However it makes me feel, it determines what we're gonna write about. And so, I would really, and because I'm older now, you know what I mean, I would really take my time and think it through, and make sure that I'm having fun. That's important. Music it's not fun anymore. Okay? Right now it is, how many songs do I have to sing? Right? It's getting a little better. It's getting a little better because when the money is coming in, then yeah, you can go do that. You know what I mean? But still some nights it's like, okay, how many songs I gotta sing? Okay, good. Or how much money did they pay? Oh no, we ain't singing but these many songs. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. I want to do music because I love it, and not because if I don't, we're not gonna eat. So, I want to work with people that want to work with me. I'm never gonna feel like I'm somebody's project.
Team around you. How important it is to have the right team around you, and how do you protect yourself?
It is the one thing that I've been missing my entire career until the last 7 years ago when I picked up Mike Lottie and now my best friend Gigi. It is the most important thing to have a team around you, but be clear. Everybody got to be on the same page. Do you understand? Everyone is always going to have their own agenda. My family is different than yours. The reason that I need money is different than the reason that you need money. You understand? We're all doing this for different reasons. But I need people around me that know that when I eat, you going to eat. And I make sure to take care of my people. You understand? Take care of your people because your people will take care of you. So it is the most important thing. It is why you haven't had but 3 albums from Sunshine in 20 years. You know, it is right now why some things don't move as quickly as they should. I'm learning, you know what I mean, to delegate. You know, you can't do everything. That's why you're so tired. That's why the goal this year is not to be, you know, grinding till I just can't, you know, the goal this year is a little different. So, yeah, Rob.
I gotta take a moment out and to talk about grind, to talk about love. And I gotta shout out DJ Kid Capri that's in the audience right now. Because Kid, he did something that I would hope inspire you in this moment. He put out an album, a rap album. He's internationally known to be Kid Capri, the DJ, Def Comedy Jam, you know, artists, albums, production, the whole nine. His latest album that is out right now called Love, he's rapping on the entire album. He's got his daughter on the album. He did all the production on the album. So that opportunity that you said you never got to produce your own album, to write your own album, to market your own album, I think the moment and I think the time is here. Your voice is still amazing. You're doing shows. You're going city to city. You're still doing shows. Now it's time for you to put your real true thoughts to that pen and that pad, along with some great production, and put it out. And I will promise you, we will support you because it's going to come from a very authentic place.
Definitely.
No, and it's not about if it's a #1 Billboard hit or if it doesn't make the charts at all. The whole music business has changed. The configurations has changed. Shout out to Steve Pammin on here. Shout out to Bugsy Bug, Fred Bugsy Bugs on here. Shout out all the people that are from media, from fashion, from broadcast. Shout out to you guys that are on here. We all gotta be in support of Sunshine Anderson because the sun is always shining no matter what the weather is.
Thank you.
The sun is always shining.
Thank you, Rob.
And
I did that for a reason. Maybe I was hoping it would come back. Okay, wait. Let me do it again. Hold on, Rob.
Give it a second. It's like
there.
Shout out to Tony Steele. Tony Steele, I see you. Shout out to Gabby in 3D. Shout out to Super Rock and DJ. Who else we got on here? Shout out to DJ Fresh. Okay, you came back. What happened?
Okay, wait a minute. We working on it.
Okay, take your time.
We working on it.
Take your time.
My phone is doing something silly over here, and so I got my good friends trying to help me. Okay, there. Okay. Shout out to Inspiring Decisions. I see you, Wendy. Shout out to my sister Toya Nicole. And it won't let me.
So guys, put your comments in there. Thank you, Gabby, for the energy. Put your comments in there, and we're going to acknowledge you in your comments. But everybody, please, let's inspire, let's encourage Sunshine to continue to make music, but to make music for herself. You know what I'm saying? Not even for the fans. Don't even think about the fans. Make music for yourself. Guys, thank you for the follows. You're watching Behind the Records each and every Thursday. We do this at 8 p.m. We have amazing conversations. We shall soon. You can go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and Sunshine Anderson should be back. Yes.
I hear you, Rob. I heard everything you said. I know
you
my
did?
girlfriend's got you on the back. Make music for self. That's what I gotta do, Rob. I gotta get out of my head.
Listen, you got, it's, people are funny. That's why you can't listen to people sometimes, because people will want to guide you the way that they want to guide you.
Yeah.
Right? And they can tell you to walk around the corner or walk in the street and they know that traffic is coming. But you have your senses, you have your wits, you have your heart. And the reason why people may say dark things or bad things about you is because they're heartless. But you have heart and you care. So put together a care package in the form of musical content.
Wow.
Take on this journey with you.
I like that.
The good, the bad, the ugly,
Yeah.
You're a woman and you're strong. You can endure way more pain than men can.
Glad you know that.
I mean, you gave birth. You have, what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He can't.
I see you, Sean. Oh, City Sean. All my friends are here.
Yes, shout out some of your friends really quick.
Yes, my phone is back. It was doing something funny a second ago, but I'm not gonna mess with it because I don't want to do too much. But shout out to She Is Tam Tam. Shout out to Tony Steele. And again, I love you so much, Wendy. Wendy, you've been in my corner for so long, and whether you know it or not, I've learned so much from you. Shout out to Dime Piece One just joining us. Lamont G. Hayes.
Lamont Hayes.
I love you, Sean. I love you. I love you. Tamisha Nicole. There's my V-Baby promo. I'll be in Charlotte in a couple of weeks. Yeah, let's get together and have dinner, friend. Let's get together and have dinner. Yeah, but
lunch or dinner? Lunch or dinner?
Okay.
That's the title of the song that I know.
Okay.
Were you hungry when you wrote that song?
No. That was one of Mike City's greatest hits right there.
Shout out to Mike City.
Shout out to Mike City.
He's very, very necessary in this process.
Yeah.
Super, super glad that he had vision.
Yeah.
To hear you and for you guys to create, like I said, a timeless. I'm in the studio right now. There's an artist recording in quad right now.
Yeah.
And you never, when you go in, you never know what you never know what it's gonna be.
You never know what it's gonna be. And with me, it's like, God, it's like as soon as I get in the booth or just walk in the door, it's like everything just gets better. It's like music really does make everything better. You know what I mean? Like for me anyway, it can really soothe, just take it all away, So yeah.
Well, I mean, so I'm trying to think, what was it that we were missing?
Eagle Pride. All my college friends are here. Eagle Pride, North Carolina Central University.
Central. We used to wax y'all. Norfolk State used to wax y'all.
Well, okay, yes, Norfolk State. Yes.
All my Spartans that are out there,
Yes.
No,
that was Virginia State I'm thinking of. The woo-woos. Virginia State was the woo-woos.
Yeah,
yes, I remember Norfolk State.
Behold the green and gold, baby.
Come on now. Yes, look at all my Eagles. Oh, Shooter. There's my old Shooter. These are people that, hey, Rob, you know how you've been on social media for so long. You know what I mean? I'm talking about old Shooter been following me and since Twitter. Okay? Like, how long has Instagram? We've been on Instagram for a long time now. You know what I mean? Like, so I just love some of y'all. Thank y'all so much for being on this journey. You know what I mean? And just supporting me all these years. It really, really, really does mean a lot.
Well, speaking of social media, because you've been doing an amazing job, I follow you too, and I see your inspiration and your frustrations. And I be in your DM like, yo, you know what? Wow. I'm so glad you said that. I could never say that. But I'm so glad you said that because that's what I was thinking. But I'm so glad that you said it, and you said it so very unapologetically that it was amazing, right?
Which one? Which one, Rob?
Oh man, it's so many. Like, you was. I think you were. It was a part of your video, and you were laying in the bed, and you was explaining like proper etiquette and protocols and how to handle a woman and all this, and I'm taking notes. I'm like, okay. You know,
I be trying to be nice, Rob. I promise I'm a nice girl. I be trying to be nice, but I'm a real person. I feel like when you got people's attention, feed them something good. You know what I mean? As people, as our people, we do a lot of bullshitting and shucking and jiving and shit. You know what I mean? I believe that while you got a platform like this with this many followers, you need to give people something. You know, what is it for then? You know, I'm real big on who you following. Like who you following. You know, I always say, are you here for the business or the bullshit? You know, I'm here for the business.
Well, you know, there's a difference between a fan and a spectator.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, some people, they just like to watch you. They ain't gonna buy your CD. They ain't gonna buy a ticket to your show. They just want to watch, see what you're wearing, see how your hair's dipped, see if your nails all together, or if you're doing like one of these numbers where you like, yeah, you break a nail, and you be like, oh hey, how you doing?
Yeah. And I be mad because I got some of them that's like that too. You know, I follow some of them too. You're right. I get it.
So, your song, I was looking it up today, and it's like the soundtrack of Osmosis Jones. Like you got like, and a lot of people probably don't know this. IMDb is like, you know, it gives you and it categorize all your creative contributions to film and television.
Okay.
And you know, young artists, you should also pay attention to this too, because this could be helpful with your profile and how you are seen, and what's your perception of you as a creative person, whether it's an artist.
Okay.
So you can get credit for appearing in your own video.
Wow. I didn't know that.
And a song, and if your song is placed in a movie or on television, you also get that credit as well. So I think you have about 5 credits for movies.
Yeah.
And then you made some appearances in a few television shows like Top of the Pops and
yes. It's me that you hear that when the credits roll on All About the Benjamins with Mike Epps and Ice Cube. It's me and Petey Pablo.
Talk that talk.
It's me. My television debut, even before the album dropped, was Soul Food, the Soul Food series on Showtime. So I think I'm on like the 9th episode of that. Yeah, the Osmosis Jones, Top of the Pops, definitely in London. Wow, that was amazing. Yeah, you know, I got a little catalog. I got a little something now, Rob.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're really just getting started, right?
Yeah. It's scary though. You know what I mean? Like it's scary, Rob, because you and I was having this conversation the other day, listen, I'm not turning nothing down, okay? I'm not turning down no opportunities. No God sent opportunities in 2022. But I'm going into everything with an open heart and an open mind. But that don't mean I'm not nervous. And that don't mean I ain't got my eye on you motherfuckers.
But how awesome is
You
God?
know,
How awesome is God?
God is just so awesome. Like, you know,
Like, you know what? Like, I mean, I tell the story all the time about 9/11, how, you know, I was trying to go to this Honey magazine party. Amy Burnett, who was the editor-in-chief, invited me to the party.
yes,
And it was that Friday night. And
yeah,
I was telling my assistants, and I put up a post too, and I was playing the Marvin Sapp Never Would Have Made It record, and it just hit me so to my core, just to think that if it wasn't for God having his hands in my life, that I would have been on that United flight.
yeah. We could have
Because,
been on that plane.
you know, I wanted to go to this party, you know?
Yeah.
But I was going to LA for business. And when I got on the plane and I saw you, like, this might sound weird, but it was like almost like that scene in like Color Purple when Oprah Winfrey saw Celie in the market after she been going through all that shit. And when she said, when I seen you, I knew there was a God.
There was a
You
God.
know what I'm saying?
I knew there was a
I
God.
didn't know, but, you know, we looked at each other, and it was just so many different
Yeah.
things that was kind of going through my mind, and I was feeling in my spirit, and you know, and almost felt like, wow, I may never see her again.
Yeah.
Like, it was the weirdest feeling, like almost like, I don't know, it's just like God saying that, you know, you just your energies, you guys are gonna bond, you're gonna be friends for life, and you know, um and I just
Yeah.
hope that, you know, that he spared us.
Yeah. Yeah. If you know anything about the music industry, and if you just in a business where you fly and when you're in them airports and you've been delayed and your flight gets delayed and delayed and delayed because of maintenance, and delayed because, oh, the FDA didn't get to, or whatever, you know, and you get rerouted and put on another flight. I sat in the airport last Friday for 5 hours. My flight was delayed 5 different times. Now, when I get on a plane, because that changed everything about flying, right? Flying used to be so beautiful, and it's only beautiful now, Rob, once I get up there above them clouds, right? Because like you said, the sun is always shining. If you've never flown, then you don't know that even on the cloudiest, horriblest, most day, when that plane breaks through them clouds, it ain't nothing but sunshine up there. You land and you be like, nigga, what happened? It was just in the paradise. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
So you just said it. You just said it. So sunshine can't quit because it can't.
no, I can't quit. You know, I can't quit. I never really wanted to quit. That's why it pulls me back every time. You know, I have a single. I went in the studio 2 years ago. Every time I go out on stage, I'd be like, brand new single. But the song is really 2 years old now. But
We
the
hear
song is really,
some of it.
what, Level Up?
Can we hear some of it?
Of the new single? You don't want me to sing it, do you?
I don't know. How do you feel?
What are the words? Oh, Lord. Level Up is produced by my good friend Gavin here in the Carolinas, in Greensboro. How does Level Up go, y'all? Where y'all at? I just can only think of the hook, and that's not good enough. I'm tired of being lonely. Be nice to have him hold me. But if it means dealing with a lot of red tape, I suggest you keep it moving. I want to hear you say my name just because the day is Saturday, and stay in bed with you all day and make love every time you touch me. Now I know that every day won't be perfect, and I know someday my nerves you gonna work them, not only for me but vice versa. But at the end of the day, it's all worth it. See, the sun don't shine for forever. Same thing for stormy weather. But if you got me like I got you, I am sure that we level up, level up, level up, level up. The song is about leveling up together. Like, y'all know me, you know, I've been riding with the ladies for 20 years, you know, and I say this in my set. I've been riding with the ladies for 20 years. But the world that we live in today, Black people, we have to do everything in our power to keep the Black family together. They've been coming after our men. Fellas, whether you know it or not, they come after us on a daily. They're trying to take away our children. We got to level up together. We got to find a way to figure out our differences and mend them. Sometimes I don't think Black men and women even like each other. So we got to figure out what's wrong and how do we fix it. I think we already know what's wrong. I think, you know, I personally think that slavery won. I think the intent behind slavery is evident today. What does it say? Our people perish from lack of knowledge. You know what I mean? He mad at her. He mad at us because we called the police on him. We mad at him because I had to raise his kids by myself. It's a blame game going on. You know, it's a competition. I'm trying to beat you because I'm going to show you that I can do it bigger and better than you did. And we are so lost right now, you know. And so Level Up says, level up together. Like, you love me. You know you love me. What? You know you love me. Yes, I love you. Okay? Yes, I do. I really do. I really do. You know? So, you know, we got to find a way, because if not, our children are going to continue to be in a disarray, and we're going to continue. It starts at home first. And if the children is really our future, like Whitney said, we got to do something. Yes, and so, Rob, leading into that, that's what the podcast is going to be about, okay? Because let me tell you, I'm taking notes from you, Rob.
Well, I mean, you do an amazing job on social media, and you know, and you have a very loyal fan base, and like I never would imagine that I would be doing this.
Me either.
But I'm so glad that I am doing this, because, you know, it helps. It's therapy for me as well, and it's good for me to express my opinions, and my opinions can help other people that may be hurt, that don't have a way out, don't have no one to talk to. You know, in my alignment, I asked, even in the eye of the storm, give me strong enough arms to help someone else.
Yeah.
If there's no light on you, just take a step to the left or to the right. You may find light. Don't stay still.
Don't stay still.
Darkness is still.
Darkness is still.
Moves.
Oh, I love that. Ooh, and that's why I say, if I stop, I'll die. I say that all the time. If I stop, I'll die. Darkness is still. Stagnant. Caught up. Movement. Yeah, I like that, Rob. Thank you.
Everywhere you go in darkness, it's going to be darkness.
Yeah.
The only break you get is when you see the light.
Yeah. Yeah. I am the light, Rob. I got to flourish. I got to flourish. My daddy named me Sunshine. My daddy knew what he was doing. My daddy knew what he was doing.
Oh, absolutely.
I appreciate this platform. You spoke of Kid Capri a second ago. I was on the live when it was Kid's birthday, and he was introducing his album. And I sat there, and then Russell Simmons jumped on, and then DJ Sus1 jumped on, and then another one of your friends from back in the day, you know, and I was like, oh shit, like, I'm listening to this conversation, like, you know, like, I love this platform because it allows you to, you know, reach out and touch. I'm a hands-on girl. You got to be able. I want to be able to reach out and touch. You know, so thank you for letting me. You know, because I need to do more of this. You know, I need to do more of this. Talking to the people. You know, so thank you for being, you know, the first, because this is really putting me in. I've been watching you, Rob. I've been watching what you've been doing. I've been watching some other people too. You know, it's time for the podcast. It's time for me to open my mouth. Somebody said to me, Sunshine, the day you open your mouth is the day your life is going to change. And they weren't talking about my singing voice. You know, I've learned in these 20 years that women will listen. I've learned in these 20 years that since it's Women's History Month, I've learned in these 20 years that there are some women that do not have a voice, or there are some women that have a voice but don't know how to use it. And so they rely on me to straighten shit out. You understand? They rely on me to say what need to be said. They rely on me to tell these Negroes, you must have failed and bumped your head. And so, you know, I want to open my mouth. I want to make another album. You know, I want to satisfy my fan base. I want to talk. What are we talking about, the book? Oh, okay, right. Rob, my friends are telling me not to forget about this book right here. You see it?
Yeah. Talk about your book. Let's go.
Y'all like how that was propped up there on the night. Let me tell you, shout out to good friends, okay? Shout out to my good friend, Dominican mommy, okay? Tani, okay? I am literally at her house. She set up this whole little background for me because, you know, you have to be professional, you know? She's been over here giving me writing, helping with my makeup and everything, and she set up this nice little, okay, and set my book right up here. I forgot the book, Rob. I left the book in the goddamn car. Okay, my friends. Shout out to good friends. You know what I mean? Like you said, building a team, Rob.
Did somebody put where to find the book at and the link so I can pin it on there?
The book is at onehitwonderbook.com. So let me tell you about the book, Rob. Cause Rob got something to do with this book. So Rob would hit me in my DM, y'all, and be like, yo, I just love what you're doing. I love how you reinvent yourself. And I be thinking, is that what I'm doing? Because, like I said, if I stop, I die. So I just keep going. And I try to wake up every day and, you know, if it don't work, something else will. People always say, don't quit. And I'd be like, I'm not quitting. This is not working for me. Let's do what is. Let's do what is working. You understand? And so I just wake up every day and keep going. But I remember that you reinventing yourself. I said, oh, is that what it look like to people? Is that what it look like? Bro, I'm reinventing. You know what? It's the Reinvention Boo 2022. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you like I tell the people on my platform, my stage every night, every weekend. That one hit wonder shit was hurting my feelings. That one hit wonder shit was hurting my feelings. That one hit wonder shit was making me feel some kind of way. If y'all don't never let me forget it, then how can I move forward? Right? And y'all say that shit so, that shit just roll off your tongue like, you know, the majority of the motherfuckers that say that shit ain't never done a damn thing in their life. Nothing. But I believed them when they said one hit wonder. After I did Matthew Knows, because by the time I got to Matthew Knows 6 years after Heard It All Before, I realized that the song is still playing. And they calling me a one hit wonder on the radio. They laughing and shit. Like, but you wasn't there. One hit wonder. Where you at right now, Rob? You at Quad.
Quad Studios, yeah.
Tell them what happened at Quad. What is, you know, you and I know about, you know, Quad, but what is Quad infamous for, Rob? Tupac.
This is the infamous Quad Studios in New York where Tupac got shot, and Bad Boy, Lil C's, and Biggie were in the studio upstairs when he got shot downstairs.
Yeah,
and
but
yesterday was the anniversary of the passing of Notorious B.I.G. as well. So, and in fact, inside the studio, there's a picture of Tupac inside the studio.
Wow. Wow. And so what did I tell you before we started the live tonight when I was on the phone? I said the last time I was at Quad, I was in the studio with George Clinton.
Yeah.
Like, y'all be running around calling people one-hit wonders when you don't know the shit that they saw. You don't know the shit that they endured. You wasn't in the gym. You wasn't shooting with me in the gym. Nigga, do you know what I did and where I went and who I met and what I saw, what my eyes witnessed in them 4, 5, 6 months? But you run around calling me a one-hit wonder. What you do? Who you? Do they know your name? Where you work at?
You did more in 6 months than people did in their entire career. And I'm telling you, you know what? If you put in one-hit wonder R&B artist, your name pops up. But that, and I love the fact that you took that and repurposed it, right?
I had to find a way to make it my own. I had to find a way for it not to sting so bad, Rob. I had to embrace it and take it and, oh, okay. Now let me fire back on your ass. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I know that a lot of people, that sometimes people really don't mean no harm. If we keeping it 100, yeah, that is the only song you know. Some of y'all, that might be the only song that you know, that you heard, that was hot. Like, it is what it is. You understand? Like, I'm not gonna I'm not any different. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna remove myself. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But the point is just that the slanging around of mud that you do when you say it illy, just so willy-nilly, disregarding, because what hit wonder says you ain't good enough. One hit wonder says you only did it once. Like, you know, one hit wonder says, oh, you wasn't good enough for the second. But it's only when the years start to pass that you realize, hold up, classic. Who? Baby, classic.
That's right.
Like that Louis Vuitton bag, classic like that Mercedes Benz. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I had to learn that though, Rob. You understand? I had to make my skin thick. I had to thicken my skin. And so the book says, where is it? I put it down. The book says the number one hit wonder. Because go back, why is it? But the book says the number one hit wonder, the 7 steps to reinvent yourself. Wahida Clark. Lord have mercy. Blessings, sister. Wow. Wahida Clark. Lord have mercy. Thank you for being here. Just thank you for being here. What was I saying, Rob?
The book, one hit wonder.
Because let me go back. Because see, Wahida Clark, Lord have mercy. Wahida, do you see how long this took? How long this took? Man, I met this beautiful lady through my ex-boyfriend, CeeLo, that I mentioned earlier. And when I talked to Wahida on the phone, I was broken and sad and just hurt. And again, I was in the middle of my victimship, you know, and but I needed to get it off of me. You know what I mean? I knew that I needed to get it off of me. I just didn't know how. I always knew that I was better and that I was greater but I didn't know how to get to my better and my greater. And Wahida talked to me, my boyfriend at the time put me in contact with her because Wahida got mad books. Like I done read not all of them because she got so many, but I done read so many. Y'all, if you do not know, please follow her. It's in the comments right here, Wahida Clark. Lord have mercy, it's pinned. Baby, when I'm telling you, them novels just took me away and took me out of my, you know, just reading, because I love to read. I'll never get a chance to. But anyway, finally, it did it again. Damn it. And it took me away and I can't see it. But it's okay. It's okay. I don't even know where I was. But Wahida, thank you. You know, thank you for lending your ear at a time, you know, when you might not even know what was going on in my life. You know, Just thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It really means a lot for you to be on this live tonight. You are an icon. You are amazing. Y'all, make sure you follow Wahida Clark and go get all her stuff. You're going to love it. Okay. I was crying again. Why am I crying again? Lord have mercy. Woo! Baby, y'all don't know. It's hard out here. It's hard out here when you feel like don't nobody love you. It's hard out here when you watch all your peers pass you. It's hard when you watch everybody that you came in the door with go right by you and keep going and keep going and keep going. And some of them act like they don't even know you. Thank you, Rob, for just seeing something in me enough, you know what I mean, to just want to do this, It's been damn near 70 people on this live, and we've been on here damn near 2 hours or longer. That says a lot to me. Everybody just wants to be seen. Everybody just wants to be loved. Everybody just wants to be acknowledged for who they are, It's been a long road. It's been a long road. It's been a long time coming, but I deserve happiness and I deserve wealth and I deserve everything else that everyone else wants and deserves. You know what I mean? I work hard every day for it too. Lord, I'm not going to cry here. My lashes got to stay on, Rob. I told you not to make me cry.
Hey, look, let those lashes fall to the ground.
See how the men do? See, ladies, they'll say some shit like that, won't they?
I'm just saying,
I finally wrote a book, Wahida. I finally wrote a book. And let me tell you about the book right quick, Rob, because we've been talking, Lord. Let me tell you about the book. So the book is the #1 hit wonder, The 7 Steps to Reinventing Yourself. Rob says, I like how you reinventing yourself. Well, how do I do that? Right? How am I reinventing myself? What did I do? Because that's what they say. Well, you still ain't got no new songs out. Like, we still ain't heard you on the radio. Like, what exactly did you? I changed my mind. I decided that y'all was lying. I decided that y'all was wrong. I decided that I'm not a one-hit wonder because I done had 3 albums out. Y'all just don't know about them. I decided that I am great. I decided that everything that you say that you attach to that one-hit wonder shit is the truth, is a lie. You don't know the truth. You wasn't there. 9 times out of 10, you ain't got to lie to yourself and it make you feel good to drag me down. I just woke up and changed my mind. How did I do that though, Rob? The first chapter in the book is be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. I had to take accountability, right? I was the victim. I was playing victim for so long that I was believing that shit. But I had to take accountability because there were some things that I didn't do. I should have known more about my craft. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a musician. I should have done some research. I should have picked up some books. I got some of them books. Everything you need to know about the music business. By Lord, I used to know that man's name. Cause she's got one. Everything you need to know about the music business. Donald, come on. He's revised the book and there are different versions. I had to take accountability. I had to look back, Sean, and all my North Carolina Central University friends. I had to look back and realize, no, Sean, you've really been quitting all of your life. You've been giving up and quitting for a whole lot of shit. You gave up the cheerleading squad. You gave up that. Every time it don't go your way, you run off and you get mad. I had to take accountability. I had to check my circle. Who are the people that are around you? Are they there? What does that mean? Are they there because you beneficial or are they there because you been official? You understand? Like, who is really here? Why are they really here? What are they really here for? Change up your routine, Lord. I had to start. I was getting up one time, y'all, at 4:30 in the morning to be at the gym, leave the house at 5 to be at the gym by 5:30. I didn't know what God had, but He got something. Lord, let me get up and be ready for it. You know what I mean? Like, I had to change my narrative, Rob. I had to figure out a way to get in front of it So I wouldn't be, ooh, Iyanla Van Zandt said, figure out a way to get in front of your pain or else you'll be led by it forever. Ooh, that ain't the truth. That sound real easy. That sound real easy. It ain't always easy, but find the way to get in front of your pain. Now, y'all don't faze me. I don't give a damn about what y'all say. Say whatever you know what I mean. Now, because I know I'm a goddess. My name is Sunshine. I know I'm a star. I am everything. You know, and that you just got to get a little older and get a little wiser. I did self-development, Rob. I know. Listen, Rob. I was introduced to network marketing, right? You know, y'all done heard of the skinny tea and the teas and the this and the that, right? But damn the product. Network marketing teaches you how to make your skin thick. Why? Because you're going to go door to door selling that tea, and they're going to tell you, no, I don't want that. Hell no, I don't want that. Nope. You got to make your skin thick for no, so you can keep going, right? And how do you do that? By self-development. Going and reading Miguel Ruiz, The Four Agreements. Lord have mercy. I'm not at home. My book's not in front of me. I found me on the pages of books and realized I'm not the only one struggling. I'm not the only one suffering. I'm not the only one frustrated and angry and hurt. I'm not the only one hurt. You know, you're not gonna ever look at me like, damn, she weak. I was weak for so long. I've been weak for so long. I'm gonna be the strongest bitch in the room now. Y'all don't faze me. God is good. I'm still working after 20 years, bruh. While y'all hollering one hit wonder me then, bitch. Excuse me, Rob. One hit wonder me, okay? Because I'm working hey, listen, that one song got me booked every weekend. Rob, I was just in Brooklyn, wasn't I? I did 2 shows in one night off that one record. I feel the club up. DJ SNS is behind me, DJing. Listen, God is good. Figure out what your one is going to be for 2022 and ride that bitch till the wheels fall off. You and me? Yeah, I'll be that. I'll be all that. Okay, I'm running. I'm doing too much, Rob.
Nah, you're fine. You're fine. People say one hit, and I said one hit is all you need.
All you need is all you need.
You know what I'm saying? So when they say one hit wonder, and the answer to that is one hit, I'm wondering why you don't have one hit.
Okay, hey Rob, when I look at when every month when the royalty check comes, it gives you an itemized list of where the song is playing. Okay, my song is playing in Indonesia. My song is playing in Pakistan. My song is playing in Dubai. Okay. There go your one hit though. Oh, okay. Okay.
Even DJ Khaled understands what one hit is because he always says, and another one. And another one. We the best.
Figure out what your one is gonna be, y'all. Figure out what your one is. Don't worry about mine. Mine is good. Okay? And furthermore, Rob, look, because I don't do a lot of popping my collar. I don't have to. Right? I let God speak for me.
Thanks.
Stop slinging mud at people. Fix whatever that is in your soul. Fix whatever that thread is, that evil thread that you got in you that allows you to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, the damn sun ain't even rose up good, and your ass is angry online, typing, calling me a one-hit wonder. Get your life. Get your life. Because there's a couple of y'all on here, you know, I love you. I love you too. You know, we done all had our, you know, get your life together. Figure out what that is and stop slinging mud and stop using them little Twitter fingers because you can't handle me when you see me in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, let's all just take a step back, you know, realize that we're all flawed. You understand? You know, and have a little bit of compassion for what the next man is going through. Excuse me.
Right.
You know, that's all. Like, just because what does that mean that says, you know, you don't never know what somebody, be kind. You don't never know what somebody's going through. This Instagram, listen, people like to say, oh, it's not real. Oh, social media is not real. It's fake. It's fake. Okay, yeah, it's a whole lot of fake ass shit here. Okay, yeah. But it's some real shit here too. It's some real goddamn money being made on this app. That's real.
When I realized how much money, when I realized how much money Joe Buttons, academics, all these other guys that do podcasts, how much money they make. And I'm like, why am I not, you know what I'm saying? Why am I in the game?
Where I been?
Like, how did I not see this?
And it's not even regulated yet.
And I don't do this, just so you guys understand, I do this, and I've been doing this consistently every Thursday since the pandemic. That's for 2 years. If you go to my YouTube channel, you subscribe, you see further episodes. If you go to my IGTV, you'll see past episodes. And they are all teachable moments. They are all, you know, real people telling real stories.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the fluff. There's no capital letters in the comments. It's all real. It's real experiences. It's real people. So get to know your people before you place the label on them as a one-hit wonder. Or, people were saying, they wouldn't never say it to me in my face, but, they would tell people, oh, yo, he's finished. He messed up his career. He was at Def Jam. But yeah, you don't know my story. Ask anybody that went to Norfolk State about who I was in college. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not done.
This one, I'm not done. Right. Don't we all make mistakes? You're supposed to fall down, dust yourself off, and keep going and keep trying, Did you freeze?
I don't even look at it as a mistake.
Right.
Look at it as a learning experience. There's so many outliers to why things happen to us.
Right.
And maybe it's for us to slow down. Maybe it's for us not to change my flight to that first United flight to go to LA. Maybe it's not to date that girl.
Yeah.
That really likes me.
Come on.
Maybe it's not to ruin someone's energy. Maybe not to allow people to siphon my energy.
Woo.
Because when people see your sunshine, they want to be somewhere warm with sunshine on their face.
Yeah.
In a watermelon drink with a banana, watermelon and banana drink with an umbrella.
Okay, watermelon banana.
Okay.
You my sunshine, my hello sunshine. Come on, Tony.
There you go. Look, I got mine. Mine's a little different, but
yeah.
I got mine.
Yes.
And shout out our people, our servicemen and women that that fight to protect our country, and prayers and healing tones to people in the UK, Ukraine, and even the people in Russia, even the people in North Korea that's been super silent, even the people that are selling gas and holding the gas and charging us so much money for the gas in America. Healing comes to you, So we got to keep grinding. We can't stop.
Can't stop.
The higher the price, the harder the hustle.
Yeah. You ain't lying.
So I appreciate you sharing so much of your time, so much of your personal feelings. If there was anyone that you want to send apologetic energy to, who would that be?
I can't think of any one person. specifically. But I will say that I know that I'm a lot. I know that I'm a lot. And I know that along the way, there have been some people that may feel slighted, right? I know that along the way, there may be some people that, you know, I might have got a little attitude with. And the reason I say that is because I do a lot of apologizing to people now, right? Let me give you a small example. When it's time to perform, right? When it's time to do the show, right? I'm there to do a job, right? I'm there to perform for the people on the stage, right? I'm not there for the alcohol and the drinks in the back. I'm not there for the food they cooking in the kitchen. I'm not there to take pictures with the people right now. You know what I mean? I'm not there to take pictures and call everybody grandmama backstage. I'm there to put on a show for those people. And I be nervous as shit when I get there. Every time. Every time I get there, I'm nervous. The nerves start, don't they, Tony? The nerves start as we're pulling up in the car. You know, the nerves have already started days ahead of time because I got to get ready to get up there to do, you know. So I'm nervous. I don't care what they say. They get nervous. I want to do a good job. You understand? It really is turning into Sasha Fierce. It really is turning into finding that alter ego. But when we pull up, I'm not always shining and smiling and when we pull up, I'm in work mode. I'm saying my prayers. I'm tapped in because I got to go out here and do a job. Now, after I do that job, we can drink all the liquor. We can eat all the chicken wings. We're going to call your grandmama. We're going to call your grandmama. We're going to call your grandmama on the phone. I'm going to sign all the autographs. I'm going to close the shop down. You understand? They're going to have to turn the lights on to make Sunshine leave. And that's why I continue to get booked every weekend. You understand? But I have to go back and apologize sometimes to maybe the promoter and his wife, or maybe the man in the kitchen, or maybe the person that, because when you walk in the door, everybody wants what they want from you. They want you to do, but I need a picture. No. Listen, let me do the job. And when we put up in Brooklyn, when we got to the last spot where you was, dude was like, yo, you want to get some chicken? I can't think of enough food till I eat. Let me work. Because I came here to work. Do you understand? So I'm constantly checking myself, Rob, right? I'm constantly checking myself. I'm constantly, just going back and listen, I didn't mean to be rude. I apologize if you felt, and a lot of times people are like, oh, I didn't take it like that, but I want to make sure that people know where I'm coming from. And I'm glad you asked that question, because I did hear the chatter, after the first album. I did hear the chatter, from some people that said, oh, she's difficult. Don't want to work with me because I'm difficult. Yeah, because I want my business handled right. You understand? I wasn't a bitch because my Prada shoes wasn't here. I was a bitch because I know I'm supposed to get paid more money than this. I know my worth is a little bit like, why am I getting handled this way? You know what I mean? So I'm glad you asked that question. There probably are some people that I don't even know of that feel like they deserve an apology. You know what I mean? There's maybe some people that felt like they did some hard work, you know what I mean, that they might not have gotten acknowledged for. And I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I apologize. Everybody has their own version of how it went for them, Rob. You know what I mean? I got a story, but the makeup artist got a story, right? I got a story, but the producer got a story. He got the same version. Everybody was there, but everybody got there. You know what I mean? So if along the way somewhere you came into some discord with me, or along the way somewhere you felt like I didn't handle you right, I definitely apologize for that. I'm definitely not perfect. And yeah, give me that opportunity to right my wrongs, give me that opportunity to right my wrongs, and even if you feel like you can't give me that opportunity to right my wrongs, just know that I'm making an offering here, you know what I mean? And I do apologize. And if we can't never be friends and we can't never talk again, I respect that, you know. I'm definitely not perfect.
That sounds like a song.
Wow. I'm not. I'm a crazy Gemini. I'm a crazy Gemini, Rob. I got 26 different personalities, I tell people. I don't never know who I'm gonna wake up with. You know what I mean? And I can't fight the moods. The moods are gonna come. It's gonna happen to me. You understand? Whatever energy, whatever, it's gonna happen. But I'm aware of it. Do you understand? I learned a long time ago that I could spoil the room if I want to. I'm powerful. I had to learn how to use my powers another way. Do you understand? So now when I feel that mood coming on and I know that it might not be real nice, I know how to separate myself. They might look up and be like, damn, where Shine go? I had to get me right. You understand? So now I've learned how to use my power for good. I'm going to let you go with, I wrote a post, one of my last posts before our post for tonight. Happiness really is a choice, y'all.
Absolutely.
Happiness is a choice. It is a choice that you make. It is not what somebody else did to make you happy. It is not what it is. I could choose to sink with the ship. I could choose the frustration and the anger and he did this to me and she did that too. I could wake up every day and choose that shit. But is it going to serve me properly? Is it going to motivate me and push me? No. But if I wake up really smiling in the moment, you would be amazed with the smile, the energy that the smile can really bring you, even when you about to knock a motherfucker out. You know what? So I'm learning, I'm growing just like everybody else. And yeah, I apologize.
Well, you are beautiful.
Thank you, Rob. You are too.
Your soul is so esoteric. You are the sun. You are the sunshine. You are highest level of love.
Yes, I am. I want to
that you can, that anyone can receive.
Thank you, Rob. That means a lot. Thank you.
And if people were to blame everyone in the world, the most hurtful one is after you blame everyone in the world and you look at that mirror and you blame yourself. You could have started there first. Everyone in the world.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. You could have started with you first. I like that, Rob. I like that. I'm gonna tweet that. I tweet that. And Rob, I just want to throw it right back to you. I learned in network marketing as well, edification. Thank you for the king that you are. Thank you for the you. We see you. You are great. We recognize you. Thank you for all of your efforts. Thank you for all of your energy, you know what I mean? And over the years and all the many people that you have helped, thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful.
Still in the studio helping people right now. It's a thankless job.
It's a thankless job.
And I don't mind doing this, right? Yeah. Because the whole reason for this Behind the Records is to give people hidden figures, people who may feel like they were forgotten, but should not be forgotten, an opportunity to express themselves. Mm-hmm. No judgment, no messiness, no craziness, I mean, you may get a few surprises, but those all warm regards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for following. Thank you for your time. Thank you to your sunshine nets.
Thank you. Thank you.
To
Thank
all
you.
of the sunshine nets that follow. And you can keep that one.
Yes.
And congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
And there's no one-hit wonder.
There's no one who wonder.
The greatest song has yet to be written by you.
I like that. I like that. Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's give a round of applause to Sunshine Anderson, ladies.
Thank you. I mean, how many people said
Where's my applause at? Where we at? Yeah.
wow. All right, Rob. Thank you so much again, okay?
Thank you.
My little girl is calling. I was supposed to bring her some food.
Okay. All right. You gotta feed the babies.
Yes, I'm mommy 24/7.
See?
Yes.
And good luck on your emancipation, and in your patience, the real king will appear.
Yes. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for that. In my patience. Okay.
In your patience.
Okay. Goddamn.
Your time.
Okay. All right. I'm waiting. Okay. Thank you, Rob. I love you. I love you so much. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And thank you guys for joining. I love y'all too. Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Good night.
All right. Good night. What an amazing spirit, guys. That was so super awesome, so super special. Thank you so much for joining Behind the Records. Each and every Thursday, 8 p.m. right here on this channel. If you really like what you witnessed tonight, please tell a friend. Please share this. You can watch the replay on IGTV. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel Behind the Records, the YouTube channel Behind the Records. Let's support each other. What more can I say? For those individuals that are interested in doing what I'm doing tonight, I just want to let you know that you can do it. You can do it. You just got to start. And you got to be consistent. And you got to be very intentional with what you do. So, off to grab dinner. Thank you guys for joining. You're the best. You guys are my record makers with a Z. And thank you for supporting us Behind the Records. Peace.